Good day, everyone. I found something that I didn't even know existed. Maybe you did. It's a mini chainsaw. It's great for cutting wood or fixing up your backyard. But you know what? The best thing is the price. So I found it here. It was $69 on Amazon, but then it said apply 40% coupon. And I was like, well, I don't know if that's gonna work. I did. It came out to $52. Was not too happy. So what I did is I took the shipping out of it just by rejigging the cart and taking a later date. And you know what? I got it down to $45 all in delivered. So you know what? For me, for $45, I'm trying this thing. And I was happy with paying that to try something like this that may make my life a little bit easier. So first, let's get into it. Inside, we have the actual chainsaw. And like I said, I didn't even know these things existed like this. This came up on Amazon when I was browsing and I thought, you know what, why not? I have some cutting that I had to get to in the backyard and we're gonna show that later in the video. So I thought, you know what, this is going to make my life a little bit easier. So as we look in the box, you can see it has a spare chain, what I'm holding right now. And that is very important because when I was looking, the spare chains are like 30 bucks. And as I mentioned before, the tool cost me under 50. So really, if you think about it, the price of a few pizzas and my life should hopefully be easier if this thing performs as well as it should. So as you can see, I'm plugging in the battery pack. Red light means it's charging. We'll wait till it goes green. And let's take a look at the tool. Now, if you have to change the chain, I was worried it was gonna be complex, but actually it's not. You take out this one bolt and it kind of just all falls out. You can just sort of pull it apart just like this, very, very easy. And then right there, you can see I'm holding a screwdriver. This long screwdriver is an adjustment screw for the chain. So you wanna get the correct tension. Now, the other thing is this thing turns counterclockwise and you wanna make sure you have it on the correct way. So you can easily just feel with your finger, depending when you slide your finger, to make sure that the chain is installed correctly because you can put it on backwards. And if you put it on backwards, well, it's just not gonna cut. So all you have to do is take it apart and just flip the chain the other way and you should have no problem cutting. You can see here, I'm putting it back together nice and easy, and I can use the long screwdriver here to get the correct tension on the chain. And you'll find out as you use it, the chain does stretch. So let's put this bolt back in here. And I got a message from YouTube asking me how I feel about my life as a creator. Is it close to ideal? And you know what? It's pretty good today, so I can't complain. So anyway, back to the video. We have our chain and bar oil. We're going to fill up this little squirty thing that it actually does come with, and we're going to oil up the chain. Now, for those of you that do think, you know, you can put it in the hole right there, you actually can't. It's just drilled straight through. So it's not one of those big gas ones where you can just put it, you know, through the hole and it'll self-oil. This one, you got to get it on the chain itself, and then we can give it a few squeezes to make sure that it actually works. So how does it work? Well, here's a few snapshots of me using it in action, and you can see it cuts super fast. I love this thing way better than the tree branch cutters that I was using before. You can see it is so nice because now I can actually hang on with one arm, and then if I have to reach, this thing just cuts the little branches off. So it works great, and you know what? For me, it's actually a lot safer. So I was very, very happy about that. Now, what about cutting some real wood, some thicker wood? The Tomyvic chainsaw says it's good for wood in diameter of about 6 inches. So this is what we have here. And if we're cutting here, we can see we get a little bit of vibration when we start. But other than that, if we go back and forth, it cuts through. It's just like cutting a loaf of bread. Now, I didn't speed up or edit this part of the video at all because I just wanted you to see real time how well it can cut through wood with a thicker diameter. And as you can see here, it does just fine. Now, the one thing I did notice after I used it for the first time is the chain got a little bit loose. Now, I don't know if that was because it was the initial use or if because maybe the screw wasn't, you know, torqued all the way down. That's the one right here. So I'm just gonna adjust it very quickly using the hole right there and the long screwdriver. So here's this, I've loosened up the center bolt. There's a screwdriver, I'm just twisting it, and you can see, there you go. The chain tightens up nicely, just like so. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our tool and we are just gonna make sure we torque down that center nut. So for me, this tool is 2 thumbs up and I just wanted to share it all with you. Other than that, that's it, and I'll see you next week. All right, well, if you're here, you know, give yourself a pat on the back and you know what, leave it in the comments. Let's do some special effects here. So here we got the Tomyvic right here. You know what, let's do something special. Let's show it through a porthole right here. So here you can see I'm demoing it through this porthole. I've never done these types of special effects before in my videos, so I'm just sort of experimenting here. And like I said, if you're joining me for the end, hey, why not? Let's do this together. So let me know what you think of this special effect. Leave them in the comments below. But honestly, in all honesty, thank you for sticking around this long in the video. I do truly like this tool and I use it. So that's why I made a video out of it. So anyway, thanks everyone and hope to see you next week.